So, that was an episode.
That was a weird episode.
Well, first, let's go back to last week's review and clarify a couple things. If you want to do the honors of that.
Okay, yep. First off, the gold made it back to King's Landing. Papa Tarly came and told Jaime that before the battle had even begun. And the other thing is that Jon Snow, while he didn't know that Bran was alive, he knew that Theon didn't kill them because Sam had told him that he let Bran go north of the wall.
Right.
And Sansa had told him that Theon didn't actually kill him and Rickon.
Right.
So those are the two things we want to clear up. One that we missed just because we weren't paying
so many things.
There's so many things happening, we just missed that part. And the other one, that's something that happened, was cleared up basically in other past seasons that we'd forgotten about. And before we get to that part, to get to the review, a friend of ours watched last week's episode and had some thoughts about something. You want to discuss that before we
can do that.
Get into this week?
Yeah.
It's like he thinks that possibly that Bran is a little bit more cold to Sansa because he sees the future and he sees Sansa turning on the Stark family, joining up with Baelish. What do you think about that?
I think it makes sense. I mean, Bran's on a different plane of understanding right now, and for him to be cold against everybody, it's almost like he's watching a rerun. He's already kind of seen it because he's experienced the future. So he feels like what might be present day to them isn't present day to him anymore. So he's just kind of like, things are going to happen to you guys. I can't intervene really, because when I intervene, things get fucked up. It's just going to play out the way it's going to play out. And I only have certain moments that I can interject and guide it, so to speak.
Yeah.
So for him being so cold is just kind of his reasoning with his new existence, I guess, of being all-knowing throughout time, in a way.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
I think it would make sense. I just don't see it happening.
So they haven't shown him using future powers yet, looking into the future, but I wouldn't call it out altogether, because, I mean, if they showed future stuff, then that just kind of ruins the whole suspense of each episode.
Yeah, and, my whole thing is that, she is shown to be a good leader. Don't know if it was last week or the week before, where she's like, hey, put more leather on that armor, and we need more food for people that come in. Mm-hmm. And this week, the lords were saying that, it was like, we should have elected you. And
yeah, Jon spent too much time at Dragonstone.
And she's basically like, well, tough shit. She seemed, Jon's the king. She seems very diplomatic.
Right.
And I just don't see it from a leadership standpoint. From what we've seen so far, she is not... I don't think we've seen enough to say that she's going to turn.
Yeah.
And I also... It would just be so deflating to see her character do that.
She's definitely coming up with backup plans to her backup plans. She's taken enough notes from Baelish and from Cersei to be cruel, manipulative, and secretive, but she's trying to use those things that she's learned to her benefit rather than hurting the people around her.
Sure, but this episode, she's had the chance to become queen, and she didn't take it. She was basically allowed the chance to do it. She didn't do it. Yeah. And my biggest thing is that it would just be so heartbreaking to see her character do that. She's had probably the roughest road out of all of them.
Yeah.
being raped and forced to marry the worst person in the show.
She's been the victim more often than the rest.
Yeah, it would suck just to see her turn back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we've already got Theon turning back to Reek. We don't need Sansa doing it too.
Yeah.
I don't want to see her become bad.
And when we were watching before, I completely agree with your reasoning of I don't really care. Along with you, I don't care about the Greyjoy storyline.
Yeah, no, we don't.
Don't spend any more time on it.
We only have so many minutes left. I don't want to see it wasted on the Greyjoys.
We have 2 episodes left for this season.
Yep.
And well, just to start off,
we don't need ships to fight the White Walkers.
No, but this episode is a what the fuck episode because we had a pacing going along with all the other ones, and this one's just suddenly a 90-degree, right turn.
Yeah.
Where the hell are we going now?
Yeah, this was so we start getting into it.
Let's start getting into it.
Okay. Yeah, it's such a weird episode because, we're thinking maybe they'll take out the White Walkers this year, or maybe they'll take out Cersei this year.
Yeah.
And then now it's looking like neither of them gets taken out this year.
It's just build up for the last season.
Maybe we're almost supposed to believe that even for just this one battle that they may all actually team up.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's one of those things where this episode now makes me worried about the last 2 because it's not because it's changing the story that I thought it was going to be, but because the pacing is off now where we need something satisfying to happen in this season. Where you need to have that itch be scratched and feel better and then be prepared for the last season whenever it comes out. Where either we're going to fight the White Walkers or we're going to kill off Cersei. They were going to rise up and take care of her. One of those 2 looked good as to be the scratch that was going to be itched. Now it's neither. Now it's just build up, which is just it's a storyline blue walls. It's just
I'm not worried about the next 2 episodes. I'm so confused about where they're going.
Yeah, that's what worries me because there's no.
That makes me more excited because now it's I don't know what's going to happen. Whereas before I thought I did.
This expedition that they're going to be going on just
this
waste
stupid
time.
Expedition.
This is the stupidest idea ever.
Yeah,
we should get back into it so we can get to that stupid idea before I go ranting.
Yeah, so the episode begins with Bronn pulling Jaime out of the water.
Say, surprise, Jaime's alive.
Yeah, and
we all knew that already.
They kind of joking around.
The fuck were you thinking?
Yeah.
Did you not see the dragon?
Yeah, Jaime's like, you almost killed me. You could have drowned me.
Yeah. You almost killed yourself. What the hell are you talking about?
But they basically come to the conclusion that they're fucked.
There's no way they're winning this war.
Yeah, that was one dragon, and she didn't even unleash it, really.
She has 2 more dragons.
Yeah.
She only used 1 for this battle. There's no army they could use.
Yeah. Bronn basically retires from the army, and Jaime's like,
here's
we're
my
fucked.
letter of resignation.
Yep.
I'm out of here.
Yeah. Then we get to Tyrion's walking through the battlefield looking at all the ashes of, there's one soldier cowering behind a shield, and he's just ash, and he's just looking at all the destruction, being all sad, and I think part of him is also looking for Jaime.
Yeah.
And he doesn't see him.
Mm.
And the Dothraki are just...
They're looting.
They're looting the bodies. And,
oh, bracer. That's cool.
This sword's straight. Interesting.
Man, black is white, up is down.
Yeah.
Straight swords? What the hell is this?
Yeah. One of my wives will like this sword. That type of thing. And they're all rounding up all the remaining people that survived.
Yeah, maybe 40, 50 survivors left?
Yeah, it was less than 100. Not many.
No.
And Daenerys confronts them and telling everybody, like, I'm not here to destroy things like Cersei most likely told you. I'm just here to take my spot on the throne and be a righteous ruler, basically. And
she gives him an ultimatum.
Yeah, the ultimatum. You bend the knee or die.
That's her new favorite catchphrase, is bend the knee.
Yep. Bend the knee or die.
And good old Sam's father and brother were there.
Yep.
They survived for the moment.
Yep. Papa Tarly. I forget his first name.
Randall
Tarly and Dickon.
And
Randall absolutely refuses to bend a knee.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyrion is begging her not to kill him. And
he's trying ulterior things like
put him in a dungeon. And she's like,
send him to the wall.
Yep, he refuses to go to the wall because she's not his queen. She can't order him to go do something.
Mm-mm.
And she's not there to put people in chains.
So he condemns himself to die.
Yep, and
his son follows suit.
Yeah, it's Dickon, the most noble.
He's actually a good kid.
I like him. He had a lot of honor and a terrible name, but he refuses to bend the knee as well, and Tyrion begs him also to bend the knee. It's like, we don't just need to see another great house fall from this war.
There's one house that's completely destroyed.
We don't need another.
Right.
And nope, Dickon has too much pride and honor.
Yeah.
And Tyrion begs her one last time not to behead him, and she's like, I'm not beheading them.
Yeah.
And
that's not the Targaryen style.
Yeah, they set up a fire squad. Not a firing squad, a fire squad.
Fire squad.
And
just one did the fire.
Yeah.
It was Drogon. And
oof.
Yeah, they were gone within just half a second.
They're dust in the wind.
Didn't matter with the armor on.
Nope.
It's almost like that acidy spit from like Starship Troopers with the big beetle-looking bugs.
Yeah.
Like, they would shoot somebody, their arm would just like rot away.
Yeah.
It's like that same type of like instant gone, done.
Yeah, what was it, like Dizzy lost an arm or something like that?
No, it was the one commander chick. She was the one that was in charge of it. She was like the second lieutenant or something. Not second lieutenant.
Whatever.
Leader.
It don't matter. Yeah. She lost an arm. Who cares?
Lost an arm. Different movie. Anyways, moving on. So she straight up barbecued them.
Yep.
They were done. Then the rest of the Lannister army just...
they
all took a knee.
They quickly bend the knee after that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my knee does bend after all. Look at... I was waiting for this cramp to go away, and suddenly this cramp is gone.
My queen, I am here to serve you.
Yes.
You'll have my axe. And my sword.
And my steel.
Don't burn me, please.
No. So after that... was it cut back to King's Landing?
Yeah, it's King's Landing. Like, Bran... Is it Bran?
Bronn. No,
it's Bran. He's, like, warding in the Ravens.
Oh, no, okay. So it's not King's Landing. It was,
Bran. Oh, no, I'm thinking was it King's Landing or Winterfell?
It was Winterfell. He's sitting outside near the weird tree, and he wargs into not just one single crow, but all the crows on that tree.
Or maybe it was King's Landing first.
I don't know. We'll get to King's Landing
next. Okay.
Because he wargs into all those crows, and they take off and fly off over the wall. And sure enough, just over East Watch, where the wildlings are holding that castle, just a little bit over that is where the Army of the Dead is.
Yeah, they're not far away.
No. And the Night King does one of those whoosh, looks at him.
Bran freaks out and the ravens scatter. And then Bran comes out of it and tells the Maester, he's like, send the ravens. And the Maester's like, they're all gone. You left.
He sent them all.
Yeah, you sent them all.
Why don't you fucking send them? You could steer them. You can fly them yourself. So after that, King's Landing, you go to Jaime walking in. Well, he's walking through the hallway, goes past Maester.
Maester Fuckface.
Yeah.
Goes straight to Cersei.
Mm-hmm. He's just still covered in ash. Still, like, his face is just fallen, like...
Yeah.
Still can't believe what he saw.
Yeah. Tells her, like, hey, we're fucked.
Yeah, guess what? That was a fucking disaster back there. Yeah, we need to start thinking about terms of surrender, maybe escaping.
Yeah.
We're not winning this.
And Cersei's like, look, we're not... If that's the case, then we're going to die. We either surrender and die, or we fight and die. And I know my choice, and you should know yours, because you're a soldier.
Yeah.
You're not my brother, husband type thing. You're a soldier now.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of love for him in that moment.
No. She basically told him to shut up and color.
Yeah. And
once they have
he reveals to her that Tyrion didn't kill their son, didn't kill Joffrey.
Oh, yeah. He says
it
was
Lady Tyrell.
Lady Tyrell, yeah. I was trying to remember her first name. I don't remember her
That's
first
the
name.
easiest way to do it, Lady Tyrell.
There we go.
She's the one that drugged him, and she's like, yeah, was it before or after you poisoned her? And he was like, after, and he's like, oh, she's lying. And he's like, no, just think about it, it makes sense. And goes over it, and she's like,
would you think she would want her granddaughter to marry Joffrey or marry Tommen? Which one would she be able to have more persuasion over, more power over?
Yeah, it was actually great acting by Lena Headey.
Mm-hmm.
Her face didn't change much, but you could just see the expression of like realization. Like
it was in her eyes.
Yeah,
like,
it was so good that she knew what he was telling her was correct.
Yeah. So then after they have their little spat, she tells him to shut up and color. Cuts to Jon Snow on the cliff at Dragonstone, and Daenerys flies in, and it's a weird moment because like they don't say anything to each other. It's just like major interaction between Drogon and Jon, because like he flies in, kind of looks at him, and he like takes off his glove, and he's like, "Don't bite me! Don't bite me! Don't bite me!"
Yeah, the dragon just strolls up to him, trying to front on him.
Yeah. Jon doesn't back down. You can tell he's a little scared.
Oh yeah, he's pooping his pants a little bit.
He's frightened a little bit. He's like, "Don't eat me, please."
Yeah, a little tiny turd popped out. That's it.
And it lets him pet him. You know, so he just strokes his nose a little
bit.
You could
not only does it let him pet him, it like the dragon like calms down. Like,
which him, Tyrion, and Daenerys are the only ones that really have touched the dragons.
Yes.
And that have made them calm.
Yes, and we know that two of them are most definitely Targaryens.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe the third one is
still
also.
Holding out for Tyrion, maybe? I don't know.
There's some wiggle room for it in the books.
Yeah. It's so fast-paced with the show, I don't know if it's something you're just kind of going to glass over, or maybe, like, they'll hint at it, but, like, not get into it, or we just won't find out.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. But it was almost that approval moment with Daenerys, where it's like, you know, like when a girl gets a new boyfriend, but she has her dog, like, you know, like, go up to him, she's like, if he barks, I know he's not a good guy.
Yeah.
And I let him go. You know, but, like, goes up to the guy and, like, you know, just immediately likes him, you know, and, like, they're playing and stuff, like, oh, he's a good guy then. I got the dog's approval. That means something to me.
Yeah, that was, like, the most approving look I've seen from an animated creature before. It was like, he's good.
He does all the good scratches on my nose.
Yeah. It was weird. Do you think that, like, she intentionally did that, or it was just something that ended up happening? And
I think it was a spontaneous thing. She kind of landed, and they just... Because she seemed kind of bewildered. She wasn't sure if Drogon was going to eat him or not. Yeah, but she's trying to look over like, is that good or bad?
Do you think she was testing him, though?
I think at first it was just... She saw that Drogon was
I think it was like something spontaneous and, like, ended up passing a test that she didn't know.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to stop him. I'm just going to see where he's going to go. You know?
Yeah.
I'm going to see what his instincts are before...
Yeah.
You know,
kind of like Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies.
Yeah. So luckily,
that was my Ivan Drago impression, everybody.
Luckily, he passed the test.
Yeah.
So
he came close to failing it again. It's like Beautiful is not the word I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I mean,
What
but
do you
they
mean by
are.
that?
Wow, they're gorgeous creatures.
Yes. That was a good scene. I like that.
Yeah. Then it cuts to Varys and Tyrion,
Yeah.
I believe.
Varys, I think, drinks for the first time on camera. I don't think he's...
Yep.
He didn't seem to like the taste of the wine either, because he kind of grimaced when he took a hit of it.
You want something strong, though.
Yeah.
They're just basically going over how, like...
Is she turning into the Mad Queen? Is she not?
Yeah.
Does she have good intentions? Are we doing the right thing?
Yeah, it's like while we didn't do it, we have a hand in this.
Mm-hmm. So they're kind of mulling over the morals.
Yeah. Varys has that little note that they got from Winterfell.
He actually seems worried and unknowledgeable for the first time in the series, like in that moment where he's just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, he usually has, if not most of the answers, he's got a hinting of something where he holds on to it. And he's smug about it. You know, he's got his head back a little bit, like, that came out of left field, but I know other things. We're going to be okay. This, he's like, I'm in the dark right now. What the fuck's going on?
Yep.
So, like, he seems kind of shaken up, which
Yeah.
is a nice change of pace for him. So he worries me when he knows too much.
Yeah.
Same thing with Baelish. If he knows too much, someone's going to die. You know?
Yeah. So then it cuts to the council. They're all meeting together.
Oh, in Old Town?
Or no, in the Daenerys' council.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it'll probably Old Town happen first.
Yeah.
Before you. So we'll just do Old Town first.
It might be out of order, but we'll get to everything eventually.
We've watched it twice tonight, and we still don't know the order of things.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just go ahead and do Old Town.
All right.
It's like Old Town, like all the maesters are meeting, talking about like, should we do something about this? And
they had the scroll from Brandon Stark.
Yeah, and Sam kind of wanders in, and he's like, I know Bran, he's a stand-up. Well, he doesn't stand up, but he's a good guy.
Yeah, he doesn't stand up anymore.
Yeah, I trust him, and it's like and the people trust you, and you should tell the people that bad things are happening. And
yeah, you should take his word for it. You should start digging in the libraries and looking how to defeat White Walkers, and you should tell people that they should send their best armies up north so we can fight the real bad guys.
And they decide to just email the maester back.
Yeah. We're going to talk a bit more, and then we'll do something about it.
Like, new phone, who dis?
Yeah.
They just want more clarification before they do anything because they're slow to move.
So they dismiss him, and right after they leave, right after they're making fun of him and stuff, as soon as he shuts the door, they're like, ooh, is that the kid that he just lost his dad and his brother? He's like, yeah, he's a good kid. I haven't told him yet.
Yeah.
I just don't have the heart.
Yeah. What a dumb fucking idiot that guy is. Terrible to hear about his family. Yeah.
Take off their hats and all that room like that.
It's so weird. So then, over to Daenerys' council, and Jon's like, I can't believe it. Arya's alive and Bran's alive.
Mm-hmm. And they're back in Winterfell.
Yeah. Oh, P.S. The White Walkers are getting closer.
Mm-hmm. They're almost at Eastwatch now.
Yep.
So he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go fight them, and then the dumbest plan I've ever heard of comes up.
Tyrion raises his hand and goes, I got a plan.
And nobody sees it because he's short.
We have to convince my sister that White Walkers are real, so we can gain her support as well. How are we going to do that? Let's catch one and send it to her and show her that they're real.
And it's like, well, I don't think she's going to come up north. Go to King's Landing with it.
Bring it to her, why don't you? So they want to go
Heard
capture...
you wanted to kill me.
So they want to go and capture a White Walker outside the wall, bring it back in, take it all the way back down to King's Landing, plop it in front of her and say, this is a White Walker.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss how stupid that is. Let's cut to the other part of the scene that was... Oh, we also forgot that Jorah came back
Oh yeah, Jorah
after
came
the
back.
dragon petting scene.
Welcome back, Jorah.
Yeah, immediately friend zone.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they're all talking together, and like Jorah decides to go north, and they decide that this is a great plan for some odd reason. Jorah decides that he'll do it, and they're like, no, that the wildlings you're gonna need the wildlings' help, and they're not gonna help you.
So John's like, I'll go.
And John's like, I'll go, and then Daenerys is like,
I know the wildlings.
Daenerys looks surprised and saddened. It's like, no. It's like, if they were like planting seeds of them getting together last episode,
They're really piling it on.
yeah. They were. It was just blatantly in your face that she did not want him to leave.
She's like, oh, Mormont, you're back. Oh, that's so great. You want to leave? Okay, cool. No, John, you're going too. Aw.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they're like, okay, we've got an idea of how do we convince Cersei to meet us? And then Tyrion's like, well, I'm gonna go to King's Landing and talk to my brother.
The only person she listens to is Jaime, and I can talk to Jaime.
Yeah, it was like, this is all terrible. And they get Davos to sneak Tyrion in, and
The only good thing that comes out of it, out of the Davos Tyrion sneaking into King's Landing thing, the only good thing out of it is that Davos starts walking through the lower sections of King's Landing, the slums and whatnot, heads to Steel Town where they make all the armor and the swords and all that. And, hey, it's Gendry. Hey,
Gendry's back.
and they had the best line too. Like, you're like, I found you here. I thought you'd still be rowing. You know?
Yeah, that was for us.
Mm-hmm.
That was for the audience.
Because you'd been gone for so long.
Yeah. And he's like, you should come with us. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, he's like, I packed already. I'm good.
I was like I was gonna tell you why, but are you sure you want to come now?
I haven't told you all the dangers. Like, fuck dangers. I want to get the hell out of here.
And I was like, I was planning on this whole speech.
Mm-hmm.
I had it planned out in my head, and like,
Well, grab your sword.
all right, let's go. And he doesn't have a sword. He had
Nope.
a big fucking hammer like somebody else
Mhm.
that he's related
Just
to.
like his daddy.
Yep.
Yep, it's a big fucking hammer too.
Yes, it is.
They
The apple didn't fall far from that tree.
So they go back to the boat, and then while this is all going on, Bronn leads Jaime down to the basement where the dragon skulls are. Tells them that they're going to train,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh yeah, by the way, your brother's down here. You should talk to him. I'll see you later.
Yep.
And they walk out, and Tyrion and Jaime have a conversation. Kind of glance over the whole Tyrion killing their dad thing, you know.
Yep.
And he's like, just cut to the point. What do you want? And he proposes the whole, we're going to catch a White Walker and bring it to you thing. So I guess that conversation's over. Because then, next we see Davos and Gendry back at the boat.
Yep. Two guards stroll up. He pays them off with gold. And
I'm so glad we actually get to see, like, Davos's, like, smuggling skills.
Yeah.
In such a way. Where he's just smooth talking his way through it.
Yeah.
Like, alright, yeah, what's the going rate? 5? I'm like, no, 15. Oh, you alright, well, here's 15 apiece.
Wish I could say it's a pleasure doing business with you fellas.
Yeah. They're like, what's in the boat? He's like, fermented crab. Here, have some.
That's gotta be the nastiest fucking thing ever.
Just anything fermented never tastes good. Except for fermented fruit, which turns into alcohol. So.
It's just, yuck. And he was like,
fermented crab.
Yeah.
Fermented seafood of any kind is not good.
he's implying that's an aphrodisiac and poke holes through their chainmails. And they're like, ah ha ha. And they start to walk away. Now, for some fucking reason, Tyrion just strolls up, sees the guards. I don't know how he didn't see him from further back. It's like, he's short, but his eyes aren't short-sighted. What the fuck?
He should have been at the top of the stairs there.
Yeah, he should have been.
He walks
waiting.
out and he goes, ooh, hides in the shadows, wait till they go, and then goes down the
Should have been like
stairs.
Grandpa Simpson walking into the whorehouse. And he's like, nope, and walks back in. Instead, he just strolls by, and then they're like, Oh yeah, there's that dwarf that we've been looking for.
Yeah.
And then
Gendry ends up smashing their faces in with a
oh
hammer.
yeah, it's just oh.
That is
R.I.P.
brutal.
that guy's face.
Yeah. They died with erections, though.
Yeah.
Then where was it?
Yeah, Jamie. Next
Cersei's maester is going to be bringing them in for investigation. He's going to do an autopsy. He's like, there's some connection between having your face bashed in and having a massive erection. I need to figure this out. So he's got like a study built up where he's got like people that are being brought out of prison. He's like whacking them in the head and then measuring their erections. Still not seeing connection yet, but I'm not giving up.
Yeah. I still feel like it would be better picturing somebody like reporting to Cersei. We found 2 guards dead on the beach, my lady. They had throbbing erections.
They were huge.
It's like next Jamie meeting up with Cersei, her and the Maester are whispering. You don't know what about.
No, and he's walking in still kind of like, I don't know. He can go either way. Where he's like, if you're not leaving with me, I'm still going. Like, there's no way we're beating anyone.
Yeah.
And then she ends up dropping a bomb on him.
Well, no, she goes in and he goes in and before he even says anything, she says, "Oh, how's Tyrion?"
Oh yeah, she already knew.
Yeah, she already knew that he was there, and she let it happen. Mm-hmm. She knows why it happened, and she let it happen because she knows that they can't beat that army, but maybe
if they can come to a truce or
maybe through some kind of arrangement, they could destroy her. So I'm thinking maybe she's gonna if her and Daenerys meet, she's gonna try to kill Daenerys right then and there.
Yeah, she's gonna try right off the bat.
Yeah, so that's just a thought, but makes you wonder how she knew.
There has to be a traitor in the mist somewhere.
Yeah, because she not only knew that he showed up, but knew the reason why. Mm-hmm. Or I guess she didn't really know the reason why.
No, but I mean, she had intel.
Yeah, but I think there was no reason for her to let that meeting take place if she knew he was there.
No.
Unless she was going to get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that there's a traitor in Daenerys' council. I think it's Varys.
I'm leaning towards Missandei. Somewhere.
I still don't see why it would be Missandei.
Varys is such an obvious go-to for pointing the finger and saying, it was him, he's the one that's been doubting us the whole time, but Missandei's been the closest ally that has been kind of in the background.
What's that saying, the most obvious answer is the correct answer? Was that Occam's razor or something like that?
Something like that, yeah. But
that's what I think it is here. It would make no sense for Missandei to be blackmailed by somebody that she had never met.
It would be out of the blue. They'd have to do a recap of why.
I know I know there's been a lot of teleporting this season, but I don't see that happening.
So your money's on Varys. My money is on how it's supposedly maybe might kind of. There's a theory out there somewhere where it's Missandei. I don't trust her right now. Just because she seems too safe of an answer to.
There is no way for Baelish to have met her.
She's been in the spotlight for certain reasons that, when Jon and
Davos because she's hot and they got her naked.
No. I mean, when Jon and Davos were interviewing her, why do you follow her and stuff But no, it's
because Tyrion told them to ask around.
But even Davos has commented on he's trying to place her accent, because he's been everywhere,
And she told him she was a slave.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying that it just, to me, that's what I'm going with right now. There's too many cues I think I'm picking up on that make me lead towards that avenue.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
Varys seems too easy for me.
Varys makes the most sense. I think it's Varys. Because we know it's not any of the...
Well, hopefully we'll see in at least the next 2 episodes rather than the last season.
Yeah, it's not the Tyrells, it's not the Greyjoys, it's not the Sand People. Mm-mm. So it's either Missandei, Varys, or Tyrion. It's not Tyrion.
No.
So it's Varys or Missandei. I don't see any way possible it's Missandei.
No. We'll have to see.
Let's see.
But in that conversation with Cersei and Jaime, she suddenly reveals to him that she's pregnant. And he immediately is just sucked back into...
Maybe that's what her and the
control.
Maester were talking about. They're talking about her pregnancy test she just took.
Yeah.
She peed on this stick. It turned red. She's pregnant.
So, she's pregnant. They'll have a new heir, you know. Jaime's kind of like, I'm going to be a dad again. You feel bad for the guy because his sister's so evil. You start out hating Jaime, and then once he gets his hand cut off, you really like him.
Yeah.
And he's just stuck on the wrong side.
It sucks, but he feels genuine love for this person, and
you can't choose
is
who
genuinely
you love.
Proud to be a dad.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna reveal that he's dad too, on top of everything.
Publicly to everyone.
Yeah, he doesn't doesn't have to hide in shame.
And she tells him, what did their dad used to say? The lion doesn't concern itself with what the sheep say, basically.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, good for Jaime, but he's looped back into it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened next?
After that, was it when they went back to Jon?
Yeah, they went back to Jon. Davos was like, don't tell him who you are. And
yeah.
Just keep...
Because he's bringing Gendry up to meet Jon. He's like, don't tell him that you're the bastard son of Robert Baratheon. Don't tell him this. Don't tell him that you're just an eager worker that wants to start building armor and, you know, everything like that.
Yep.
He's like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever you say. All right, Davos. They walk in, they see Jon, he goes, hi, I'm Robert Baratheon's bastard son.
Yeah.
Pretty much literally.
Outs himself right from the beginning.
Yep.
And I think Jon ends up respecting that, and they make jokes.
He goes, your father was fat. Oh yeah, you're shorter than your dad. Ha 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 ha.
You're short, you're tiny. Ha ha ha.
They seem to like each other all right.
Yep. And then Gendry volunteers to go
immediately. Davos is like, will you just stop? What are you doing?
Shut the fuck up,
Why
you
did I
idiot.
save your ass in the first place? Why did I even bring you here if you're just going to try and go get yourself killed?
Yeah, but he's like, our fathers work together. And I think we can as well. And I was like, agreed. And
Davos is sitting there like, yeah, don't take advice from the guy who's lived longer than anyone
don't
around
mind
here.
me. I'm just lived a long life.
Yeah. It's not like I've been playing it safe or anything, you know.
That's my Davos impression. I think it's decent.
Mm-hmm. So they end up taking off for Eastwatch.
Then they go to leave, and Tyrion's like, here's this coin that we got from the slavers.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it back.
Like,
Gives it to Jorah.
Mormont, I've missed you. No one glowers quite like you. Not even Grey Worm.
Then Daenerys shows up. He's like, well. Oh, there's Jon. Hey, Jon.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Jorah, thank you for coming back, and thank you for going on this expedition. Oh, hey, there's Jon. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Hi, Jon.
And basically tells him that she was starting to like him, and is sad to see him go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And Jon probably doesn't get the hint because he can't dig a hint.
No, he knows nothing.
He knows some things, but he doesn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, they pack up, go to Eastwatch, pull up on shore. They meet the wildling leader.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name. One of the first things he immediately asks is, "Did you bring the big woman with you?"
Yep.
Did you bring Brienne?
They didn't.
Nope. Yeah, so he asks them, like, so how many do you have with you? They're like, just us at the table.
Yep.
I was like, well, shit. Do you really want to do this? And Jon's like, yeah.
Well, so these other people.
We got people in the dungeon down here. They want to go too. And we got the Hound. What's the dude's name with the fire sword?
I'm not good with names. If I can't remember the wildling guy's name, I cannot.
Dondarrion cleric.
Not gonna work.
Something like that. And the Lord of Light guy that
the Lord of Light
brings
people
him back.
Yeah, the Lord of Light people plus the Hound. Are there.
Who believes, but he still thinks it's bullshit anyway.
Yeah.
But they're stuck in the cell. They don't want to go on the other side of the wall, but they feel like they have to. That's where the Lord of the Light is drawing them to.
Yep.
So they band an alliance together of the 7.
Yep. So you got the Lord of the Light people, the Hound, the Wildling guy, Jon Snow, Gendry, and Jorah. 7 people.
7 people. They have a little entourage with them in the back, but those are like the red shirts of Star Trek.
They're going to die. They're going to die. We're not going to see them after next episode. They're going to die.
I mean, we might see some of the 7 die, but they're going to have at least meaningful on-screen deaths.
If we do, I don't think it's... Here, the people I think are going to be are the 2 light people. Like, they're the most likely ones to die.
Yeah.
John's not dying.
I could see the dude with the eye patch and the fire sword.
Yeah, those people are dying.
Well, I mean, if he's gonna go out, I think like it's gonna be one of those badass moments where he's like, all right, fire sword, I'm just sweeping through a bunch of people, and then a undead giant gets him.
Yeah.
But like he takes down a few before he goes down.
Sure.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, but I think the Hound, Jorah, Jon Snow, and Gendry, and the Hound, I think they're guaranteed to live.
Yeah.
The only one of those 5 that I could see going will be Jorah. The rest, I think, are going to live.
Now, here's a funny thing that I was thinking of is the Lord of the Light guys. You got the one guy with the fire sword, the one guy that's a priest that keeps bringing him back to life. When Kyle and I, or it might have been you and me, when we were trying to get all the trophies in Modern Warfare 2, we had to do all the special ops missions.
Yeah.
And the one that was giving us such a pain in the dick was the one with the Juggernauts.
Yeah.
And we had that bright idea where one of us is like hiding inside a room around the corner behind like a dresser. The other one's blocking the door so the Juggernauts can't come in. And they can't shoot the one person that's hiding behind the dresser. So like, like if you're hiding behind the dresser, you pick me up, then I can try to shoot him a little bit, and then I'd go down, you pick me back up again, keep going again.
Yeah.
Just unlimited, can't, as long as you don't die, we're good. I wonder if they'll have like a similar, like, strategy where he just has like Barrick out there like swinging with his fire sword, and he's like hiding in the corner. He's like, all right, you're resurrected again. All right, you're resurrected again. Just continual like, ain't gonna go down.
Yeah.
It's just one of those thoughts that popped in my head. Like, that would be my strategy if that,
Well, our strategy would not be to go north of the wall or to try to capture something.
No.
There are many things they could do. We've come out with 3.
I want to say mine real quick.
Go for it.
The easiest way to get yourself a White Walker and send it back home to King's Landing and show Cersei, you take someone who's going to be condemned to die anyway, you shove them outside the wall. You shoot them with an arrow, they die. You wait for them to get back up, then you cage them in and then take them back. You don't need to go 100 fucking miles into the mountains to try and capture a White Walker. You just make one right here.
Yeah. It's also the idea of having the dragon go pick up one.
Yeah, just swoop down, grab it, and you.
And then the other idea of Bran just warging into one of the White Walkers and just have it walk its happy ass all the way down the King's Landing.
You can see it walking down the King's Road, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, this was such a weird episode. There was so many just bad ideas and
horrible ideas.
Oh, we've skipped over a big
the Arya thing.
The Arya thing.
Yeah. It just hit me.
Yeah, so like Baelish is being really sneaky with things, and Arya's watch. We also forgot the. Okay, back it up. So Arya is watching Sansa talking. Everybody's talking to Sansa, and like the King of the North should be in the North, and we didn't elect you, but maybe we should have. And
maybe you're the leader we should follow.
Yeah, and Sansa's like, no, Jon's king, and he'll be back. And that's that.
Just be patient, fuckers.
Yeah, basically, she's being very diplomatic, being a very good leader. This is the most... we also forgot another thing.
Yeah.
With Sam.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to it.
We'll get to that. So, like,
she's very diplomatic in how she answers everyone.
she was like the most sane person in this episode, I thought. And like Arya's talking to her, and she's just like, how dare you not stick up for Jon? And she's like, what are you fuck are you talking about? We need these people, and I told them that Jon's still king. I didn't take over.
Yeah,
you're overreacting. And Arya's like, I know what you're thinking. You're meh. And it's just like, Sansa's just like, why would you think that? How could you think that Jon's not going to come back? She's like, you're thinking it. Meh.
Arya's just getting mad at her for no reason.
Yeah, and it's like, Sansa's like, she may be thinking, like, she may not be thinking of taking over, but she's thinking what would happen if Jon does not come back.
Right. She's taking the Batman approach where, like, I have this backup plan.
Yeah.
If that backup plan fails, I need this backup plan here.
Yeah.
She's just thinking 13 steps ahead.
Yeah, she's the most reasonable person this episode. She's just like, look, we need these people. We need their men. We can't kill people that will drive other people away. And Arya's just like, meh.
I love Arya, but man, she's a bitch in this episode.
Yeah.
Like, after everything the Stark children have been through, do you really want to start fighting again?
Yeah.
Like, you need to band together.
Yeah.
Stop calling out your sister for things that she's not really acting upon. She's just being careful.
Yeah.
What she's had to do this entire time that she's been a prisoner, been, raped, been, beaten, mentally abused and physically abused.
Yeah.
But, in between everything she's been through, she's just trying to survive the best she can. She still has everyone, she still has the Stark's good intentions at heart of protecting her family. But you can't blame her for eyeing the exit just in case and coming up with a backup plan in case people start getting knocked off again.
She literally had the chance to be willingly given the queenship of the North, and she declined it.
Yeah.
Calm the fuck down, Arya.
Cool your jets, Arya.
And then, like, Baelish is acting all sneaky, and Arya is just watching him, and Baelish gets a note and hides it in his room, and then Arya sneaks into his room, and it's the note that Sansa sent back to Robb Stark.
Yep.
Saying, Dad,
you need to go to King's
Robert
Landing.
Baratheon died of his wounds. Dad tried to take over the throne, and that's not cool, and I'm swearing my allegiance to King Joffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I remember, she had to write that note.
She did it under duress.
Yeah, she did it under duress, and I think it was part of a thing to keep her dad alive.
Right, it was part of the deal, because if she wrote that and they, distributed it, plus, as long as Ned Stark openly admitted that it was treason, that they wouldn't kill him, they just send him to the wall, and then he can be at the Night's Watch.
Yeah. And it's like...
And Joffrey is the one that screwed that.
Yeah, so she reads that, and she's all mad, and then she goes and leaves, and then Baelish was watching her the whole time. So he set it up as like this big, huge thing, and I'm just like, this seems like a really quick conversation she could have with Sansa, and Sansa would be like, oh yeah, I had to do it for this, or even if she really meant it at the time, she was 12 and trying to stay alive.
Mm-hmm. She's doing what she's always had to do, to try and survive the situation that she's in.
This is easily explainable way, and they act like it's this giant bomb in the show, and I think it's a weak argument to me.
It's a storyline we don't need to progress down because we don't have that much time left.
Yeah, we don't have, it just seems weird and dumb, and something that's easily explained.
And it almost feels like this episode, like the main season writers were like, you know what? We had a good first 4 episodes. We're going to go take a break. We're going to go camping.
I enjoyed the shit out of this episode.
This new guy is going to take over. Here's the outline. Just don't deviate too much. And the guy's like, don't deviate, huh? I'm going to make him go on a new adventure. Like, it just feels... It's off pace. It wasn't going anywhere.
I don't think it's off pace. I think it just went to this different direction that we were not expecting.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not the pace that we were going towards. It was... Now we suddenly have all these other obstacles that they need to tell rather than going in the direction we thought we were before.
All right, well, let's quickly go with what Sam and...
Yeah, because that was a big... That was a big reveal thing. Because
we're just sitting there, and they're like, he's like transcribing the books, and
all going through all of his homework.
and she's like, "Do you know how many steps are in this place? Blah blah blah. Do you know how many windows are in this place?
You know how many windows are in the sept?" He's like, "Well, none now."
She's like, well, "Yeah."
It kind of blew up.
What does annulment mean? That means it's divorce, basically. And she's like, "Oh, did you know that Rygar Targaryen had an annulment and had a secret wedding?" And then Sam just is like, "What?"
Yeah, she's gonna start reading more, and you find out
So
that
many like
Rhaegar
bombshells dropped in that little sentence. It was just like they almost find out John's lineage right there, but they stop it short because he's angry.
Yeah, he's fed up with transcribing everything, not being listened to. He's there for a very specific purpose to find a way to stop the White Walkers, and he's getting no help.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Fuck it, I'll just go steal some books and do it myself."
Yeah, and he grabs some books and parchments and jets. He
whips the reins of the horses and flips them off as he just drives down the road.
But like the even bigger bombshell of there in that scene was that finding out that Jon Snow isn't just a bloodline Targaryen, he's proper Targaryen.
Right. He's not
a bastard son.
Yeah. If they had their marriage before he was born, which he did, then he's an actual Targaryen.
Yes.
Like not just bloodline, but like by title as well.
Yeah.
So it would actually make him first in line for throne over Daenerys.
Yep.
Which, is that going to come to a head? Maybe.
Maybe not.
I think he'd probably look at it and be like, "If you want it, you can fucking have it. I just care about the War to the North."
I don't know if Jon Snow's going to make it to the point where he would care.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still not out yet on who's going to survive to the end. I think we need to wait until this season is over, and then we try to guesstimate what's going to happen last season.
Yeah.
Because after this curveball, who the hell knows what's going to happen these last 2 episodes?
Yeah. This was such a weird episode. It was just I really enjoyed it. I liked it a lot.
It frustrated me.
But it was one of those things where it's just like bad plan after bad plan after, like, oh, this person's doing a good job of leadership, followed by person overreacting to dumb things, followed by bombshells getting dropped, followed by bad plan, and it was just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So this episode ended. We don't know where this season is going now.
I mean, the preview that they show us after the episode, you see them going out, they see the White Walker horde, and then they run away.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah. But I think these next 2 episodes are going to be
I'm hoping
packed.
it's quick. I'm hoping that the whole grab the White Walker, bring it back thing is quick. Whether they actually grab it or not, I don't care. I just want the whole venturing out past the wall thing to be done so we can keep going.
Yeah. But it's looking like this season, like, none of the main players are going to be dead. Cersei's most likely... The way it looks right now, Cersei's going to be alive. The White Walkers are going to be alive. Daenerys is going to be alive. Jon Snow is going to be alive.
We're going to get nothing resolved within this season, it seems like, until next season, which they were saying, even though it's going to be 5 episodes, they're going to be like an hour and a half apiece.
Yeah, they're going to be long episodes.
It's going to take them maybe a year and a half to finish. That's at best, maybe.
Maybe.
So it's like, great, we're going to be waiting a while for this one.
Yeah, and not only does it like push back like any main character dying, it also puts Cersei back in the maybe she wins the Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it's possible. I don't think she will, but I don't think you can rule it out.
Such a curveball episode.
Yeah, it was a weird episode. I enjoyed it. He didn't.
It's like getting punched in the dick and then someone hands you, $50. You're like, ow, but thanks? Maybe?
Yeah. Also, do you think Daenerys killing the Tarleys do you think she was right in to kill the people who wouldn't bend the knee to her.
Yeah, I mean, she's not acting on emotion like the Mad King did, or just out of insanity, just because. She's like, look, I have this perfectly good killing machine called Drogon, and if you don't do what I say, and the way I say it and want it, then you die. If you're not going to bend the knee and be my ally, you're going to be my enemy.
Yeah.
I
think it's one of those things where it's like...
Not much of a choice, but she did give him a choice.
Yeah, it sucks, but those are enemies of war. This is a war, and...
Yeah, but you don't kill prisoners of war, though.
Well, you do in Game of Thrones.
To. Yeah.
But, I mean, if she had a point. She puts them in prison. Everybody's just going to go in prison.
Yeah.
And you can't...
In truth, she needed to make an example.
Yeah, she needed to make an example.
Which, all of them bent the knee after that.
Yeah.
Pretty good fucking example.
In, like, old-timey, monarchy, I think she was in the right.
Yeah.
I don't think she's Mad Queenish.
No.
I think it's a dick move, but
she's not acting Mad Queenish yet. I mean,
no.
She still has it in her.
Oh, yeah.
But
right I don't now, think that was it.
That's not her current course right now.
No.
I mean, like, even going off of last episode where she wanted to go directly to the Red Keep, in King's Landing, and take on Cersei head on. And Jon's like, that's not the best idea.
Nope.
If people see you burning down
bad move.
The capital with your dragons, you're just more of the same.
Yeah.
They're not going to want you to change anything. You're just another dictator, coming in to burn their homes.
Yeah.
So she's like, all right, I'll just go burn the army that just killed off our allies, because they're the only ones out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, she completely laid waste to them instead. So she's thinking more constructive rather than destructive.
Yep.
Even though she's destroying things to get there, but she's destroying the right things.
Yeah. All right, so got 2 episodes left this season. Where do you think we're going with it?
I don't fucking know now. Last episode, I thought I had it figured out, like, kind of the rough sketch of where we're going, but...
Isn't that a good thing, though, that you don't know?
Not really. I mean, like, that's why movies have previews. So you can get a little bit of a taste and you know kind of what you're getting into. As long as the preview doesn't give up too much, you're like, I've seen the movie and the whole trailer. Or you watch the trailer and you're like, I don't know what that fucking movie's about. It's leaning more towards that right now. I'm like, now I don't even know where we're going. Like, what's the current goal? Get a White Walker and show it to Cersei? Why the fuck do I care what Cersei thinks about this?
Yeah.
Like, it's just stupid plan.
Yeah. So here's my guess. Is next episode we're gonna see the 2 Lord of Light people die. Everybody else makes it out. And then they do get a White Walker for Cersei to see.
I think the plan's going to go ass up.
Yeah.
And they're going to barely make it out. Yeah, the 2 Lord of the Light guys are going to die. The Hound might even die. And the Wildling guy might even die. So that would leave, Mormont, Jon, Gendry. That's it. So I think maybe the 3 of them will make it out. Everybody else dies.
Yeah. And then for the rest of the season, I think we're going to get things cleared up with the Stark children, and Baelish is going to die before the season is over with. I don't think he makes it to next season.
Hopefully Jon makes a pass back at home before he heads back to Dragonstone. And he comes in, he's like, Arya, chill the fuck out. Sansa, you're doing good. Keep doing what you're doing. Better not plot against me, but keep what you're doing. Bran, hey, good to see you. What the fuck's wrong with you? Just a little bit of interaction would be good.
Yeah. But I don't think we're going to get that.
No, I mean, there's not enough time.
Yeah.
It sucks because there's like so many moments you want to see, but there is no more time left.
Yeah. So I think they're going to get a Walker. They're going to bring it to Cersei. I think Cersei's going to agree to the armistice. Is that what they were saying? And they're all going to fight the Walkers. Not this season, but next season. That's going to be set up. They're all joining together in a very uneasy alliance. I even think it's possible that we see as much as I don't want to see like anything to do with the Greyjoys, I think we're going to see that, and I think we're going to see Euron die.
Yeah, I think it might be one of those interesting things where Euron loses his shit because he thinks that they're going to war, you know, all right, I'm out for this, I'm ready to kill dragons, and then Cersei's like, you need to cool your jets, we're doing this thing instead. He's like, what the fuck is this? And then they got to deal with him somehow.
Yeah,
because he's not going to play nice with others.
Yeah, so I don't think Euron's going to make it out of the season. Then the reason why I say that is because there's no need for ships in a war with the White Walkers.
No.
And I don't see a need. There's no other navy around, so we don't need another navy battle.
Mm.
That's why I think Euron doesn't make it out of the season.
What if you think the whole time that they're doing this, they make the alliance, they're waiting until next season to fight the White Walkers and everything, and then it cuts to, like, at the very end, once they defeat the White Walkers, like, you know, Grey Worm is still sitting there at, like, Castle Rock, like,
yeah, he's all
should we go? I mean, should we just fucking stay here now? What are we doing?
Yeah, he's just hanging out. It's like, I've never been to this country before. I don't even know where home is.
No. That way, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my guess for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
You know, let us know what you guys think of this episode and the rest of the season.
Do it in the comments below. Make sure to hit that like button. And make sure to subscribe if you haven't done that yet either. So,
yep.
We'll find out what happens next week.
Bye.
We'll see you later.